Hi guys, hi, how are you doing? Hoping that you're doing great, hoping that you're doing fantastic. Welcome to the Smart K family. Karibuni sana. If you're new here, please make sure that you subscribe because this is the best place to be. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back to watch our content. We don't take it for granted because may God continue blessing you. So guys, before we start this video, before I introduce somebody to you, yes, make sure that you like. Please like. Liking our videos helps us so very much. Please make sure that you like and comment before we start this video, and we will appreciate so very much. So guys, put your hands together for our guest. Welcome again.
Thank you.
You know this face, it looks familiar. So guys, say hi, not the guys to say hi. Say hi to our people.
But they can also say hi on the comments.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Duncan, and I'm happy to be hosted by this channel.
Thank you.
It's one of the fastest growing channel in Kenya. So if you're not you've not subscribed to this channel, then you're missing a lot. So thank you so much.
Welcome.
I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. We are also happy to have you because each and every time you come here, we normally educate people and we get to learn more from you. Sindio?
Yeah.
So, tuingia kwa topic ya leo because topic ya leo ni ni moto, and please guys, don't take it personal. We are just giving our views. Kila mtu ako na views zake, maybe tuta agree, maybe tuta disagree, because unajua kwa hii maisha lazima tusaidiane na mawazo na lazima kila mtu make choice yake. So now we will be talking about marriage, not at marriage per se, but we are going to discuss if there is that particular time where you're supposed to get married. Like, is there a certain age yenye unafaa kuwa umeolewa ama kuwa umeoleka, and why should you consider kuoleka mapema ama kuoleka late? Yes. So why don't you give us your views on that? Because give us some views.
Kuoleka mapema unamaanisha nini?
Like a certain age. Unajua kuna wenye wanataka kuolewa na 20s, kuna wenye wanataka kuolewa na 30s, na 40s hivyo.
So I think mapema wanasemanga mapema ndio best. Mapema ama late, it's a relative word. So you cannot you might not be in a position, Kate, to maybe say mapema ndio nini, but anyway, generally lazima uiweke into context, like uilete sasa kwa environment hiyo idea, ndio tuseme mapema inamaanisha nini. Kwa hivyo kama Kenya, tukisema mapema, labda kwa a lady kuoleka mapema tunachezeanga wapi? Akioleka kitu 21?
Hata 24
hapo akioleka late 25 past 25.
Hapana, 30. 30 ndio tunaanza kusema wewe tunakupatia bwana.
Haya, for a man tukisema mapema ni
probably
Kenya huko
25.
I'm Kenyan, I'm not asking as if I'm not Kenyan.
Unasema Kenya huko.
Hiyo ndio mapema. Late ni 35.
35
hapo.
Hapo umeanza kukua mzee.
Wenyewe hapo.
Youth.
Yeah, so of course we are going to be giving you personal views, but of course we he sees too, but we will try our best to at least make a lot of sense on this.
Based on our personal experience.
Yes. So so I think my idea, Kate, there are quite a number of things or reasons that can make people marry at different ages. But of course we all have ways in which we try to set particular dates, or maybe mtu anafaa afikishe hapo, but either way it's a bit more personal. But the big question, I think, maybe before we kick off the conversation in the right track, I think the big question is what you will be doing in that period before you get married or before you marry. I think that is the most important thing. Utakuwa unafanya nini hapo kwa huo muda ambao unajitayarisha ukisema I'm waiting for this. So there are people in the Kenyan context who will say I'm looking for money. Ndio nifikie hapo. Kuna mwingine na yeye atasema hapana, mimi si mambo na pesa, mimi nioe tutafute pesa. So you're not ready tutafute pesa? No. It's not gonna happen. So it depends with what are you doing. But personally, what I think the biggest challenge is we have materialized so much that period. So most of the time you go ask a young man or you go ask a young lady what you're waiting for, they will talk of trying to maybe settle themselves. And settling is very good. But now today I think I'll be picking up on the kind of settling that really values and matters in this place. So we should not materialize everything. Like tunafaa hata kama unangoja, we asking ourselves, is it about money or am we looking for a house ama nini? Because what I think personally, if we materialize the waiting, then we might miss the point. Because it is very unpredictable. It's very possible that whatever you are saying that I'm waiting to achieve, it might not come in that timing that you are trying to time. And in fact anything can happen. Unaona COVID venye ilikuja ikadestabilize, ikadisorient, ikadis everything kila mtu So I think it's much more of what you do. But I think for me today I'll be really focusing on what is not material, because I know for material it is not a sure bet. It's not a sure bet. Yes.
Because you can even say maybe probably you need to work on yourself. You need to work on your traumas, your past experiences and all that. Yeah, I think so. But most of the time, kama wasichana siku hizi wanataka mtu wako na pesa. Mimi nisikuje tutafute pamoja. Nipate kitu yenye iko kwa plate, yani we are going to eat hiyo yenye umetafuta. But personally, I think for me, I got married at 22. But I had not planned to get married. Like ilikuwa tu yenye unasemanga umejipata. And when I was growing up, I didn't have that like katika certain age. Nilikuwa nasema ati by 20. I don't know, mimi hata dreams haki sikuwa nazo. Boy. Sasa hii ndio naanza kufikiria. I'm 28, I'm 27 and I'm like ati sasa hii ndio naanza kufikiria now my dreams, what I need to achieve and all that. When I was growing up, I didn't even have dreams like I need this kind of a husband. Now when you meet people like you date like 3 people and you're like hao watu wako na character yenye mimi singependa. You get what I'm saying? But I think hizi vitu ni kama ujileta. But kuna watu wenyewe kama saa hii watu wenye tuna bring up, watoto wenye tuna bring up, our siblings, unaona mtu wako very focused. Anasema like I have a niece who normally say saa hii ninasoma, I'm in campus, so I need to nimalize campus ama hata nikiwa campus by 25 I need to have a car, and you see she's like I need to have a car by 28 I need to get married by 30 nikuwe nimemaliza kupata watoto, yani hivyo, yani wanajistretch.
And I think it's very you brought up a very good discussion because what has happened is that things are good, but there are times whereby you have some of these things we are considering good bringing also other consequences. It's good to dream, it's good to, because the kind of generation that we have now, it's a generation that is it's a generation that has been how can I say, that has been formatted in a way, it has been formatted in their minds in a way, or programmed, that's the right word, that has been programmed to dream and to always have a particular order in life.
Yeah, it's true.
It still comes with its own dangers because and that's why you see we in as much as we have very ambitious people, we still have equally disappointed people because very many people grow up with expectations and so much. So watu wengi wako na hizo dreams sana, you know, at this point I want to have this you know, I need such a husband with particular maybe hata kama ni pesa, but you know most of the time we see we put demands up front, but we don't look at how about afterwards, because anything material, and that's why you heard me say that my focus will not be so much in the preparations in terms of material, but the preparations in terms of self, because material can, it's not predictable, anything can happen.
Hata unaweza futwa kazi,
unaweza
gonjeka, you cannot even be able to go and hustle.
So huyo bwana maybe unasema unangoja akona pesa, hata wacha pesa, hata anaweza kuwa akona hizo pesa alafu ende akuwe mwenda wazimu. I'm not saying, and God forbid to our viewers if that happens, but I'm saying anything can happen. So the most important thing is is self, and I think that is the direction I should take now. Because what I think is that we should learn to grow ourselves, and that's why sometimes someone asked, even it's also important even for our viewers, if you are there and you want to marry, the big question is also, or you want to get married, the big question is, whoever you want to marry and hizo conditions zenye unasema, do they also deserve you?
Good question.
Do they deserve you?
Good question.
Yes.
Because if I was to like that Kayanga self of me getting married, I would just ask myself that. Because I think I bought a lot of trauma. I bought a lot of like my yes, the traumas in my marriage.
Yes.
I hadn't worked on myself, but I need this man to be like perfect.
Yes.
But what about me?
What about you? Because someone said, sometimes you keep saying, oh, Kate is a very difficult person. And someone said, before you say how difficult someone else is, also try to understand how difficult you are yourself also.
Yes.
Because in particular faculties in life, you're also difficult yourself. So you need to ask yourself, do they, people keep desiring, especially the ladies, they even fantasize when they are being walked down the aisle and all that. But the big question is, even as they walk you down the aisle, do they also, okay, do you deserve them? Because sometimes we keep giving conditions about, oh, I need this man who has money, or the gentleman we say, I need this type of a lady, a lady yako hivi na hivi na hivi. But the big question is, do they also deserve you? So the big thing that you're supposed to make sure even in the waiting is, are you trying to make yourself, okay, it's also good to put it in this way, Kate,
Yes.
Can I marry me?
Yourself. Yeah.
Yes. You ask yourself that question. Can I marry me?
Yourself for the rest of your life.
How I am. Can I marry me?
Yeah.
Because if even in your character, you need to align. I'm talking about alignment. You need to align so much in your life. And especially more so on your mindset, on your attitudes, even on how you have carried on your past.
Yeah.
Because you need to, there are people who bring on the effects of their past in the marriage. Some of them, they bring the consequences of their past in their marriage. So
and they are hurting someone else.
And
like someone is healing the wounds that he or she's not supposed to do. I think it's about time we get to ourselves.
Yes, yes.
You accept yourself, ujiongeleshe, ujikubali wewe mwenyewe, and not put conditions zenye hata wewe mwenyewe huwezi.
Ndio hata ukikuja sasa kwa hii marriage, uko mtu already umeweza, kuna kitu tunaita self awareness. Self awareness is not about acting, it's not about being perfect. You might have gone through so much. You might have either tunaita being predisposed. You have been exposed to maybe trauma, as you say, and I have seen you give a story even on this channel, and our viewers. And if you have not viewed that video, you need to get back there. We need to very progressive viewers here.
Yeah.
So you might have gone through trauma and all that, and very many other painful circumstances in the past. But the question is not even healing. You might not even have healed. But the question is, are you aware that I'm dealing with a particular problem, and this problem is because of what happened there? Are you aware of that?
Good question.
You see, because if you ask, what we call self-awareness is, you understand yourself. So that even if for instance I have married you, and you have particular weaknesses, we know very well you have them, and you know also, and you know even what is where they are coming from. That means because you are self-aware, it is very easy for you to work on them.
It's true.
You see that? So self-awareness, working on yourself, aligning yourself, and even affirming some of your beliefs.
Yes.
And making sure hata wewe ukiingia pale, si ati tunaenda hapo tuanze kudeal na problems zako personal. Na kama ziko hizo problems zako personal, tuko in such a level enye we are already to help one another, and we are so much aware. Si ati ninakuja tunawana alafu nakupata wewe hiyo siku hata uongeleshi mtu hata sijui nini alafu you are not even ready to share,
and that
you are not even aware,
like unanipata nimefura and all that, but now I start telling you things that you didn't even know.
I didn't even know. You see, like we need to get to that point whereby when you are saying that I'm waiting to marry at this point, it's not much of material wealth, because that can fade away. Let us be honest, can fade away. Just the same way for men. No men keep saying, oh, I need married this lady who has this figure and all that. But let me tell you one thing. This is the reality. It's always good to face the reality. The reality is, whatever good figure you are seeing, you at one point in life, even you yourself, you shed off that good figure.
It's true.
It will not remain there. So if you marry because of a figure, then that
by
means,
the time it goes,
yes,
you would see even the beautiness in that person.
You would see it. So the main point is, what do you want even in marriage? It's always good sometimes to ask yourself that question. And again, even if you are saying what I want in marriage, you also need to ask yourself, personally, what kind of a person am I going to be in that marriage? So it's not much of time, my thought. Because me personally, I usually say this, and I'm not encouraging anybody to go that route. But sometimes I usually say, rather than getting to a point whereby you fight and kill one another and all that, you'd rather even marry at 50 and adopt a kid and move on, and you marry right. And you have peace, and you are viewers, mnashinda hapo mkisema, oh, I want happiness. Alafu unaingia kwa marriage na vituko zako, unaenda unajiharibia hiyo happiness
for the rest of your life, because watu wengi sana they are in marriage but wanashindwa kutoka. It's not easy. It's not easy. Whether you're married for 2 years ama 30 years, it's not easy to get out of probably a toxic marriage, an unhappy marriage. So for the rest of your life, unaona tu yani uko tu unhappy.
And for the purposes of you getting the happiness that you want, align yourself. And also be that person you think the other partner would want to see. Yes, and ask yourself, if I was a lady, would I marry myself? Would I marry you? You know? That's the big point. So also even trying to affirm or trying to confirm your values. You confirm your principles, so that I once encountered a lady at some point, and she was telling me that she was in a relationship, and this gentleman kept saying, okay, in anything, whenever they went to like disagree on something or they wanted to discuss something, the gentleman would be like, unajua kwetu kwetu. The question is, it's not about kwenu wewe mwenyewe, what have you confirmed, what have you approved as an individual, and what do you stand for? You see that? It's not like keeping saying, oh, bringing your home here, bringing your culture here and all that. Okay, of course there are the cultures, of course we usually do, but of course even as you bring them there, it has to be a point of both of you are aware of that and agree to that. Ndio sasa kusikue na hii mivutano. So getting back, so that we don't lose track, getting back to the years, whether marrying early or marrying late. I think for me it's not about lateness or being early. For me it's about readiness. Yes.
Wow.
For me it's not time, it's about readiness.
How ready are you to get?
How ready are you? Can you wanaume wako hapo hivyo, mtu anashinda huku na malast zinamsumbua huku kwa barabara na move macho na every lady here and there. But the big question is, wewe mwenyewe tukiweza kupe huyo msichana tukuletee hiyo jioni, huyo mzuri mwenye unataka, unaweza ukakaa na yeye vizuri, ama you are just sensualized and you are just sensual, and you just think, you just think of that lady for sexual purposes. You see? Wow. The big question is, hata tukikuletea huyo lady una shida akikusumbua, tukikuletea hiyo jioni, are you able to sustain them, or are you able to are you able to live amicably? Are you able to live in agreement and grow together? Wow. Because it's not about sex every day. It's also true. About what are
marriage
you doing.
Is not all about
sex. It's about
people
what you are doing.
About that.
So the big question, the big problem is, Kate, we are living in a very sensual world. When I mean sensual is a hyped world, a very hyped environment whereby sex is very much hyped. Happiness is also very much hyped. And sometimes we keep on thinking that life is all about happiness and nothing else. And it is so much hyped. But let me tell you, if life was just about happiness, sometimes it might be very boring. These challenges are very good. They make you think, they make you grow. So in such a world whereby there is so much hype in terms of sex and all that, even an advert, sometimes unaweza pata advert ya chocolate. Unapata advert ya chocolate na ina advertisewa na a very poorly dressed lady, and okay, when I mean poorly, okay, I know poor is also relative, but when I mean poorly is that, okay, this lady is naked, almost naked for no good reason.
And it's just chocolate.
It's chocolate. Yeah, you see? Yeah, so it's always important for us to really understand the times that we are in, and tusikue hyped na whatever sometimes environment we are. We think about yourself personally. Sometimes I'm sorry to say this, but sometimes you have shows that try to build an image in many people of what a perfect marriage could be. But I want to tell you, there is no perfect marriage.
It's true.
There is no perfect marriage. They will show you in hotels. They will show you, you know, I've been taken to this, I've been taken to this, I've been taken to this. But that is them. Try to think of wewe mwenyewe. When the others wanaenda massage, wewe mwenyewe utakuwa unapeleka wapi? Na kama hamwezi manage kuenda kwa hiyo massage, ujiuliza pia wewe mwenyewe as an individual. Kama hatutakuwa tumekuwa enabled kuenda hiyo massage, tutakuwa tunajiuliza basi tutakuwa tunalala kwa nyasi wapi? You maybe hiyo ndio tuna afford kulala mahali kwa nyasi.
It's true.
Kwa nyasi. So the point is not, in fact, it's only that sometimes we think perfect marriage is when this and this and this is happening. But perfect marriage, I would say, is when both of you are aware of yourselves and are ready to work together so that you can be perfect to one another.
Wow.
Yes.
I think you are going to be a marriage counselor. You are going to come here again and tell us about perfection in marriage.
Please.
Yes, please. Because now, maybe we should bring a last point so that hii video isikuwe mrefu. Umesema there is no perfect marriage, as in, see, it's not early, it's not late, it's about
readiness. Yes.
Now, the society does not understand that. People are looking at a 30-year-old man, 40-year-old man, and they're like, "Ooh, ataoa lini?" They're looking at a 35-year-old lady and they're like, "Guy, sasa alisema atakaa tu hapa kwa nini?" Kwanza a lady imagine. And then kwa bahati mbaya huyu msichana apate mimba, azalie tu hapo. Huyu hata alisema hataolewa. Alisema hata, how should we deal with the society? To those people who are not married, like, and they are feeling like now the society is pressuring us too much.
Yes.
I'm going to get married not because I want to, not because I'm ready, but I'm going to get married because of the society.
Yeah, that's a very hot issue, that I must say. But there is one thing, and I know even some of our viewers might have experienced this so much. I think it's always important for us to understand, and even I'm not trying to tell anybody to be arrogant, but what I'm trying to say is that at some point we also need to understand that it is the same society that is making you go through what you are going through now. Leave alone marriage. Hata tusiongelele marriage. Hata hivyo venye hauna pesa.
Hivyo venye hauna kazi.
It is the same, hivyo venye hauna kazi. It is the same society that has cost you. The society imeharibu environment. Whether it's the political is the political environment, whether it is where you come from. Mimi kama sometimes you might even think of the village you came from. There was nothing so empowering about anything.
Yeah, when we were growing up.
Yes. So it's the same society. But I think the most important thing, Kate, it's always good to always disconnect. You know, let me tell you one thing. We always say this. When I'm asking you what is your sex, you say male or female. But if I ask gender, I know we fill very many forms. Zimeandikwa kama ni gender, tunajaza male. But the truth is, if I ask you what is your gender, you're supposed to tell me masculine or feminine, not male or female. Because someone might be male by sex. You don't choose your sex, but someone can affect you, or you can choose your gender. So if I ask you tell me you are male. It is possible for someone to be male by sex but to be feminine by gender. Sasa unapata kuna jamaa ako hapo lakini ana behave kama yes. Unaona? So but the reason why I brought that idea is because it is the society that determines your gender. Because it is the society that tells you are supposed to behave this way. Sometimes it can be even your family. Unapata kaboy kame grow na today kama sisters kana tend kukua na hiyo tutabia. Because kame grow kakionyeshwa nikaa kanafaa kubehave in a particular way. Na hakuna mtu alimuonyesha how to behave like a man. Na unajua hiyo tunasema kubehave like a man, bado hiyo it is determinant na like a man according to who. You see? So that's unapata kuna a lady pia ako very masculine. Unaona? So unapata huyo lady kuna venye hata anaweza kugonga gumi kama mwanaume usikie, ama mnapitana hivi tao jam mnaongana hivi mabega unasema huyo ni mwanamke tumegongana, sikia ni kama ni mwanaume mwenzako. Juu pia hata kazi alikuwa anafanya kama ya mwanaume, unaona. So the same society ndio imeku affect bado. So why don't you disconnect from that society's belief at some point and think of yourself? Because let me tell you, whenever that same society sees your marriage ikibreak, they will be the same ones to amplify.
It's true.
Na ndio wenyewe tu watashout na watahubiri. Unaona? So I know the pressure sometimes might overwhelm people. And especially when the pressure is coming from your family.
Exactly.
It might be very overwhelming.
Oh my God. Very overwhelming.
But it's always important for everybody, because I'm sure huyu mtu tunaongelesha hapa tukiambia mambo ya marriage, huyu ni mtu mzima. If so, wakati tunaongea kuhusu huyu mtu ni mtu mzima, is an adult. As an adult, it means that at some point you have to rise up make your own decision.
Firm decision.
A firm decision. And if you want, wakikupea pressure, you just make fun of it and move on. Because at your age now, unajua tunaambianga at your age na unafanya. So at your age now, you need to have developed muscle to always, you have developed muscle to sometimes take some things very lightly, so long as umesha confirm your principles na umekuwa firm. Yeah, so the society should never ever dictate particular things of your life, and especially issues that you are going to live with for the rest of your life.
It's true.
Yes, wacha waanze kukusumbua au
mambo education, hata si marriage, like wende usomee hii sababu watu wanasema hii ama unini, na unajua ni kitu yenye itaku affect for the rest of your life.
Yes.
You get married to someone to hivi, but you are very unhappy.
So these are decisions that we call lifelong. The lifelong decisions, it's very important for you to understand. For the lifelong decisions, always really make sure that you are getting into them with full awareness and with sobriety. Usikue mtu ambaye si sober. Hata kuna watu wanaingia kwa marriage kama wako sober. Unaona? So okay, kuna zingine zinawakingi either way. Kuna zingine zinawakingi ukipata mtu supportive na mtu mko ready
na issues zako.
Na mko ready ku sort out your issues. But very many people, and that's why you have very many cases of suicide and all that. Mpaka saa hii sasa tumeanza kuambiwa tuseme commit suicide, tuanze kusay died by suicide because kupenda kwao. But please let us avoid, we should not be talking of issues to do around suicide, trying to use particular words that kujaribu sanctify juu ya vitu ungeavoid, you know. Let us not talk about gender based violence. Let us not talk about that in houses, kwa sababu ya decision you'd have taken your time, then you make it. So get ready. Ondoa issue ya time. Get ready and do it quick. Ndio pia nawe uingie kwa marriage real quick. Yes.
Wow. Yes. Oh my God, this is a nice topic. A very nice topic, because I think it's true. You should be ready, because marriage is supposed to be the sweetest thing you'll ever have in your life, because this is something you are taking until death do you part. Hadi ile siku yenye utazikwa. Ile siku utazikwa ukae tu kwa kaburi tu ndio. But marriages nowadays, watu wamemake ikue tu ngumu, and it's because you married wrong. You didn't take your time. You didn't chunguza yourself and all that.
Or you married for the wrong reasons. So that one I think it's very very much important for us to. Even hata wakati unaenda choose your partner, it's also very important at that point pia uangalie huyu mtu how much they have worked on themselves. Because at some point vinye tu sisi hatukuagi self aware. Hatukuagi aware of ourselves. And that's why unapata hata kujua mtu mwingine yako na particular issues ni shida. So zina crop up in marriage.
Sababu ujui yako
utajuaje ya mtu mwingine? How have you dealt with yourself so that you can deal with other people?
I think we should also have a discussion about dating.
Yeah, we need to
talk about dating and things that you're supposed to look for, you're supposed to look out for, how long you're supposed to date someone, because like I won't mention that person, but Juicy, I think this year. So somebody said that now the boyfriend passed on, and the girl was like, it's been 7 years in a relationship, and I was like, 7 years. So by the 7 years nikiwa form 4. Imagine nilimaliza form 4, I went to work, I got married, they're still dating, I got my daughter. Hi.
Because you see what happens, there are people and that's why I think it's okay. There are people who work out that way, but for me, I will not really advocate for that.
It's unfair.
What I think, because sometimes if you date for too long, sometimes you date for too long, and very many people who date for too long, even when they come into marriage, sometimes they are already bored.
Yeah, with each other.
Yes, because it should not be like it's a school, it's a dating school. So there are people who choose to walk along together in the journey of self-awareness, and there are people who choose to become self-aware first, and then now they can get into a relationship. That's why you see there are people who just date for 6 months, and they are organizing weddings, and they are good, and
and they last long.
And they last long.
Forever and ever.
And we still have them here. They are already married for about 20 years. Or
you even see 3 months, 1 month.
Yes.
Kwanza 1 month, I'm like.
Na kuna watu wa 1 month, which is also
as long as they are working.
Although those are very slippery grounds.
Yeah, it's
anything
very can happen.
Anything can. 1 month is no joke. So so even
that's
as
topic.
Even, that's a topic for another day. So even as we plan, as we organize ourselves for marriage, let us really focus on getting ready ourselves, so that the moment you get there,
it's just going to be
an easy.
Oh guys, we can stay here like for hours and hours and talk because like now the discussion imejipeleka too, but thank you so much for coming back again each and every time. Me, I normally learn 1 or 2 things. Imagine me learning 1 or 2 things. How about these people? I'm sure they usually take a lot of points home. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Do you have any parting shot?
Yeah, of course, I would not lack a parting shot. How can I miss?
How now?
Even telling people to subscribe.
Yes.
I mean, so I think I will just repeat and just echo the same words that we have spoken here. Mshike vizuri. Please, in regards to what the time is good for marriage, for me, I would say the question is not about time. The question is about readiness. Wow. It's about readiness. Work on yourself, align yourself, and shall be good to go.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm not going to add any other thing because I'll mess up. So guys, if you have not liked, please like, because obviously umeona hii ni topic mzuri, tumeongelea kitu mzuri, and subscribe if you haven't. So I'll be bringing him here more and more. That one I promise. Kwa mwezi mtakuwa mnamuona. Sure, because he has a lot of wisdom to give to us people, and as we told you, this channel is not just a channel. We are not all about fun and all that. We normally like to educate people through our experiences, through ourselves, and we give you hope ya kesho. Sindio? So guys, yes, until next time, tuonane. Bye.
Bye.